part 2, we talked about whether life is sacred, a little bit on selfishness versus selflessness. We talked about wolves in sheep's clothes, and more. So here we go, part 3.
We think we can control every little thing. We assign hierarchy. We decide what's what. We decide what should and could.
So you don't believe that there are rich people running things, calling shots?
Oh no. I do recognize that there are wealthy people, but I don't spite them for their wealth. I say good for them. Because what really boils down to me in my observation is the people that are the most envious of the wealthy. Like they don't want to be as wealthy, because if they did, they would fuel as much passion and into actions that would get them to attain such wealth, right? It's easier to complain and be envious of the wealthy. Now, if you don't want to be wealthy, chances are you're also not complaining about the wealthy. And what are they controlling? I mean, if you have money, right? If you have money and you're like the head of household, don't you control where your money goes? If you're the breadwinner, aren't you usually the one that controls input and output of funds to your bank account?
Well, my parents own a medical corporation. Both my parents are doctors. My dad's a brain surgeon. I have a degree in software engineering, okay? Instead of spending my days trying to get money, I spend my days with political activism. So don't you think if I cared about money, I would make that my priority instead of my political activism? So where's the jealousy?
Okay, so what caused you to get into political activism? There must have been some catalyst for that, right?
Seeing my people suffer. I'm half black, half white. My people take the brunt of the New World Order. Period. Slavery.
Okay, so it's an identity issue. So you identify with, ethnic or national identity pins. This then affects you and your worldview, thus you feel like you owe them something?
No, I care about all people, but the fact that it's my people that suffer the most shoves it in my...
Well, you obviously don't care about, what did you call them? Feminist, witch, whatever. I wanted to ask you about that. So what's your beef with feminists? I'm not a feminist, but, what's the beef, really?
Well, they're run by Zionist secret societies like Frieden and Steinman, famous feminists. In Hollywood is run by white people and Jews. No offense to white people, but, these people are in secret societies. Crowley and Hollywood go hand in hand. Okay, there's a bunch of pedophiles and LGBT people in Hollywood, and they have no problem with raping and killing people and pushing the New World Order agenda. They are the propaganda wing of the New World Order, just like the news channels are. Okay.
All right. When you overgeneralize, right? Shouldn't you deal with specific cases and specific people? To say like Hollywood's full of pedophiles and perverts and this and that, right? Sure, they're counted among them. But you don't think that there's, decent, moral people that you might even consider your people in Hollywood?
Yeah, there's some of them, but it's dominated by these powerful Jewish money-owned people, powerful Jewish funds and financiers, and they do these sick rituals in their music videos, and there's symbolism, satanic symbolism, there's feminism.
Okay, well, even if they did, all right, so even if they did, I've seen a lot of these propaganda videos about this quote-unquote satanic Illuminati in Hollywood. And whatever the commentator does is, they basically review what I see as art exhibitions and critique all the various symbols used. And maybe a lot of those symbols are purposely used because they are provocative. Like, for example, the pentagram and the Baphomet were obviously very provocative for you because you honed in on them. I don't even remember what pictures they are, and if I have them, I'll claim them. I don't care. But obviously these symbols provoked you in such a manner to do what? Fuel your energy into their stuff. So, say there's a particular music video that has these symbols in it. Man, you're just clicking away, giving them hits. You don't even have to like the music. You don't even have to like the artist. You're just clickety, click, 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 and just pulling all of your clicks are making that video rise in the ranking, which is in turn feeding the sponsors, the advertisers, and these evil corporations that you obviously detest. So aren't you enabling them?
Well, yes, to a certain degree, but not much more than they would be anyway. They don't need my one extra click. I'm researching them to expose them. So, it's a fair trade.
You say that. You say that, though. You say that they don't need your one extra click, but that's not true. Every click is $1. Just like every vote is $1.
Well, at war Or you have...
So every time you buy a product that supports these quote-unquote evil, organizations, these horrible people, these wealthy assholes, you're buying these products, you're voting for them with every buck you spend on them. Same thing with your clicks. You say, oh, but my reasoning is earnest. My reasoning is to expose them for this fill-in-the-blank diabolical plan, but you're just helping them. That's satanic. Shame on you.
No, see, you keep missing the point. When you're trying to do good...
I'm not missing the point, brother. I'm hearing you loud and clear. I just disagree.
What are the scales in your picture for? You have to weigh things out, okay? What is the benefits for me watching this video? What are the risks? The benefits far outweigh the risks. The pluses far outweigh the minuses. I'm going to expose them. I'm going to wake a lot of people up. That one extra click is not going to do very much, That's like saying when you shoot a bullet at your enemy in war, you're wasting that ammo, so you're helping them out. Yeah, in a way it is helping them out, but I'm shooting them dead at the same time, So it's for the same...
That's interesting. Well, I watched your video, and I wasn't awakened by anything. I didn't find it all that informative. I found it interesting in that, you don't apparently... You're not self-aware. I mean... You can point the finger at people like me. You call me a number of things, like, I don't know, satanist, despicable, this and that. I'll claim it all. I'll be like, yes, I'm one of these horrible, despicable bottom feeders. Bottom feeders, that was it. I'm a bottom feeder. I will claim that. Sure, I'm a bottom feeder. And then what? Now that you've identified me as a bottom feeder, you've identified me as one of these satanic, witchy, whatever the hell, now what?
A spiritual bottom feeder. Okay, not a financial bottom feeder, a spirit. On the spiritual scale, you're...
Okay, all right, I'll take that one too. Okay, now what?
Now I'm hoping that, even though you're not agreeing with me right now, but somewhere in the back of your mind, you've heard me. So one day you might decide to change your life. And guess what will be in the back of your mind still when you're making that decision? Like it or not.
But why should I change my life because you think I should?
Because maybe one day you'll realize that you should, that you're on the wrong side of a battle between people who want to help society and people who just want to help themselves.
I do just want to help myself. I don't want to help society. Why would I want to help society? What do they do? Do they pay my bills?
That's my point.
Do they live my life?
Selfishness versus selflessness.
All right. I don't think there's anything. It doesn't exist. Selflessness does not exist. Not even Mother Teresa was selfless. She was selfish.
Well, there's
self-concerned. What's wrong with self-concern? Are you not self-concerned? And all your opinions that you've articulated over the last 10 minutes have been self-concerned.
No.
Now, you can project your self-concern outwards towards other people. You can say, I'm involved with all this quote-unquote activism because I want to see my people, my.
No.
They're like possession, These are all concerns of yours. These are your concerns. What about those people that you don't even know that will be like, mind your own business?
Well, as long as they keep their views to themselves and they don't have political power, it's not that big of a deal. The problem is people like you spread their views and they just start clubs and stuff, and there's Satanists everywhere. There are Satanists all over America as a result of people who think just like you, talking to other people. They're politically active, like it or not. They're the people who have the money and power, like it or not. So I have to be extra assertive in order to counterbalance the despicable, devious, and sinister plots of people who think just like you.
Okay, well, you keep doing your thing, and I'll keep doing my thing. Because, I do videos, I blog too. I don't know who pays attention to me. I don't really care. See, I don't care who pays attention to me, but you obviously care who pays attention to you.
Because the reason why this world is going to hell is because the people like you are in power.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see it go to hell. I really would. A lot of it's bogus. I think people get, caught up, just like you're getting caught up. These aren't my concerns. Like, I could give a shit about the Rockefellers family. Why should I? I don't fight people their wealth. I go out and I get mine, as much as I want. And I live my life.
What if they decide you have a mental disorder and force medicate you with drugs that are slowly killing you?
Who is they? You think there's finger men who are the, black bag me? Is that what we're talking about?
I don't think they're going to black bag you, but I think if you thought like me and you spoke out like I do, that they would. You know, these people poison our food. They pollute the air.
Well, you know, if I talked very outwardly and with such conviction about all these paranoid delusions, I would almost expect that somebody look at me with kind of like raised eyebrow. You know, paranoid delusions. You know, like that's pretty much a stepping stone to, you know, like a mental breakdown. You know, like paranoid schizophrenics and all that bipolarism and whatever flavor of the month that's in the DSM, you know, all it takes is the right person to be like, this guy's a danger, this guy might be a terrorist, and then what?
And then they force drug him and take away his gun rights, right? And guess who controls the DSM? You know, Freud and all them were occultists. They had seances. They channeled spirits. Jung and Freud and all them, a lot of them were Jews. Freud was a Jew. A lot of these psychologists who influenced psychiatry were occultists. Franz Kalman, an occultist.
Yeah, but mixed with that also is, you know, the belief in, like, kind of supernatural forces and, I don't know. It's, you know, I often have thought that the mental health field is in flux with the religious because, you know, you believe in things that aren't attuned with reality. But religion is a human expression, so you have to recognize that. You gotta wonder when the line is blurred between the rational mind and, you know, going off the deep end, kind of like standing at the abyss. You know, you're right there at the event horizon, and then you just take that leap, and then you never come back. You know, it's like people, their religious beliefs, go on and believe whatever you want, but you know, when you start causing your own distress, you sound pretty distressed. You got into activism. So you went and got this degree, but you're actually not using the degree. You decided you could go on and take this righteous fight because you want to, quote unquote, help people and wake them up. So what the hell did you go to college for? Is that like a waste? You just decided, screw this degree, I'm just going to go ahead and stick this in a file here where I might need it one day?
It was to show people that I was logical. I have a computer science degree, which requires a high amount of logic, so people can't say that.
Oh, and so you don't think that that's vanity and pride?
No.
That you only went to college so that you could show people that you're logical? So it's to get validation from others?
People only listen to educated people most of the time. It's called expert power. If I don't do things to compete with other people who are spitting propaganda when I'm telling the truth, you know, then I'm going to lose. So I had to take the steps to make sure that people would listen to me instead of playing me out like crazy, like it seems like you're trying to do. And certainly the people who think like you, who use.
Oh, I'm not playing you out like crazy. I'm saying I think that you're causing your own distress, and you might even make yourself go crazy. You might not be there yet, but you might even be on the verge.
Do you think it's fair for people like you, people who think like you, to drug people like me when we don't understand we can't scientifically prove the nature of human behavior?
No, honey, I don't care enough about people like you to even go out on some effort to go drug them and fix them. And, you know, I always say beware of broken dolls, man. There's no hope for broken dolls. Broken's broken. Leave them broken. Let them self-destruct. Sometimes they need a little push, you know. But more power to them, to their destruction. I mean, we have to suffer them out in society, right? Why should we have to?
You see, the rich people, the status quo, the aristocracy, they want to attack religion so that they can make themselves God. In the absence of God, he with the most money and power becomes like a God. Do you agree, yes or no?
Well, maybe what you see as a quote-unquote attack on religion is really trying to bring superstitious people into a more rational age where we have explanations for things. So rather than blaming, say, God's wrath causing a drought or whatever, we can actually look at the weather. You know, I'm just giving you an example.
No,
because there's a lot of people there's way more people that are very simple, very common, that they stopped thinking long ago. So when you stop using your brain, you know, you haven't exercised it quite a bit, it tends to, you know, shut itself down. And when you stop thinking, then you fall subject to people telling them they have all the answers, telling them they have the truth. I did all this research. I got this degree. I'm going to prove to you I'm logical. Listen to me. You know, that kind of thing.
Well, it ever occurred to you that maybe God made the world in a way to where when people do something wrong, the weather reacts?
Well, stay tuned for part 4.